Oh, hi there. Didn't see you come in. But as long as you're here, why don't you stay for a while?
Kick back, relax, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy, Champ Kind Sports, Rick Tamlin weather, and your reporter in the field, Brian Fantana.
It's Channel 4 News at 6 o'clock.
Tonight we bring you stories of pure horror beyond belief. Stories of scandal, all having to do with marriage. This commercial is quite popular right now concerning that very fact.
Shanti, come and meet your husband. Say hello to Raju.
Oh yeah.
Change you sometimes, but marriage is defined as the sacrament by which a man and a woman, in accordance to God's design from the very beginning, are joined in an intimate union of life and love.
Which brings us to our first story, which unfortunately does have to do with the tragedy of divorce.
Down on his luck, director Steven Spielberg divorced Amy Irving earlier this year.
Yes, the director has had multiple movies in the works from the past years. Now all signs point to a future of pure shame and disappointment.
You know, Ron, it really is a shame divorce, isn't it?
Yes, it's a lot like a baby's diaper after a long day. It can only burst in a violent explosion.
You know, Ron, divorce is defined as a civil dissolution of marriage. A civil divorce does not dissolve invalid marriage before God.
Wow, lots of big words in there.
Well, Ron, if you spent less time on your hair and more time doing anything else, you might actually know something.
Low blow, low blow. Let's go to Brick Farmland with the first report on the Spielberg divorce.
At a whopping $100 million divorce, Steven Spielberg and Amy Irving have had one of the largest and most expensive divorces ever recorded. They married in 1985 just after Steven Spielberg had huge successes such as E.T. and Jaws. They had one son, Max Samuel. Thankfully, Spielberg is trying to stay in Irving's good graces for the sake of their son.
Thank you, Brick. Next on our list of scandal is a tale of adultery by the Tony Award-winning composer of Cats and Jesus Christ Superstar. Andrew Lloyd Webber has been divorced because of adultery.
Andrew Lloyd Webber has earned a spot on the single Pringle list for cheating with Sarah Brightman, the famous opera singer and actress, against his ex-wife, Sarah Hugel.
We have an exclusive interview with Sarah Hugel about the scandalous events. We will now talk to our field reporter, Brickett Farmland, to hear Sarah's side of the story.
Hello, I am Brickett Farmland, and today I'm talking with Sarah Hugel, Andrew Lloyd Webber's ex-wife, about the tragic story and sins of adultery. Hello, Miss Hugel. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us about the affair and what happened.
Well, it was very sad when I found out that he was not being faithful to me. He and that girl, Sarah Brightman, were running around messing about.
Oh, Sarah Brightman from England?
Yes, that's her.
So, how did you stumble upon the fact that he was being unfaithful to you?
Well, I don't quite want to say because it was too horrible. But the cheating tore me apart and I didn't know what to do. I don't understand how someone can just stop loving another person without at least telling them.
So what emotions were you feeling about this when it happened?
I felt betrayed and unloved. Like I said, it tore me apart on the inside.
Well, thank you for joining us today. I know you're very busy.
We've been watching a lot of soccer at the office lately. Seems to be causing a rise in workplace injuries.
Setting up a goal, it's just brilliant. I just love it.
Oh! Oh, my ankle! Oh! Oh! Oh, I won't work for weeks.
John, get up.
Oh, my ankle.
He's fine.
Oh, no! My ankle! Oh.
And we are back. Ron, another part of being married is being chaste until you are married. Chaste or chastity is the act of not having sex before monogamy.
True, which brings us to our next topic, premarital sex. Premarital sex is a sin against chastity and should never be done. Let's go to our sports reporter, Brianna Montana, to see what's going on in the sports world today.
Today's sports are sports of a different type. God says it is not in the game book to have premarital sex. Therefore, it can mess up your whole play. Instead of wanting to be a single player, take one for the team and stay out of premarital sex. Remember, instead of hogging the ball to yourself, take a pass for God and follow his playbook.
Thank you, Brianna. The last topic of our discussion today is the topic of lustful thoughts and desires. Lust is defined as sensuous appetites or desires, usually of sexual nature.
Yes, you look great today, by the way.
Okay, let's sign off before this gets out of hand.
This is Ron Scarlett.
And this is Veronica Cornerstone.
You stay classy, Green 4.